I want to start today with a question. In the last 30 days, how many times did you see something, a post, a car, a house, a wedding, and feel a pull? A quiet dissatisfaction with where you are, a sense that you should be further along. If the answer is more than once, you are not alone. You are human, and you're also paying a tax that nobody talks about. It is called the comparison trap, and in Nigeria in 2026, with social media running all day, with owu culture at full volume, it is one of the most expensive habits a person can have. Today we talk about exactly how it works, what it costs, and how to escape it. The comparison trap is not simply jealousy. It is the ongoing, largely unconscious process of measuring your financial life against the visible lives of people around you and making spending decisions based on that measurement rather than your own actual goals. It sounds like this. Chidi just bought a new car. Why am I still driving this thing? Ade, as they posted photos of her trip to Dubai, we earn similar salaries. I should be able to do that too. Everyone at the wedding was spraying. I cannot be the person who does not spray. None of these thoughts announce themselves as the comparison trap, but underneath each one is the same engine. I am measuring myself against someone else's visible life and adjusting my spending to close the gap. And that adjustment, made over and over across years, is quietly draining the future you could have built. Human beings have always measured themselves against their neighbors, but social media has done something unprecedented. It has given everyone access to the highlight reels of hundreds of people simultaneously, all day long. Before Instagram, your comparison pool was limited, your neighbors, your colleagues, the people you physically saw. Now it is unlimited and it is curated. Every person you follow is showing you their best moments. Nobody posts the anxiety. Nobody posts the loan they took to fund the trip. You are comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel, and you are losing every time because the comparison was never fair. A study of social media users found that the more time people spent on platforms like Instagram, the worse they felt about their own financial situation, regardless of their actual income. The response fires even when you know the content is curated. In Nigeria, this is amplified by a culture that already places enormous value on visible success. Social media did not create this pressure, it turbocharged it. Let's make this concrete. Consider Emeka. He earns 300,000 naira a month. His actual needs cost him about 180,000 naira. That 120,000 naira gap is his wealth-building resource. But Emeka is active on social media. He upgrades his phone when he did not need to. He attends events and spends at a level designed to be seen. He books a trip because a colleague posted one. 80,000 naira here, 40,000 naira there, 150,000 on a trip. Each one feels reasonable in the moment, but collectively they eat the gap. At 35, after 10 years of earning, Emeka has almost nothing saved, not because he does not earn enough, because comparison has been directing his spending more reliably than any financial plan. Now, run the alternative. Emeka invests that 120,000 naira gap every month instead. At 15% annual returns, over 10 years, he has approximately 33 million naira. The comparison trap cost Emeka 33 million naira, not in one decision, but in dozens of small ones, each triggered by watching someone else's financial performance. There is a specific Nigerian version of this worth its own moment, the owambe economy. Weddings, burials, naming ceremonies, birthdays. The social calendar is full, and each event carries financial expectations tied to how you are perceived. What you give, whether you spray, the outfit you wear, all visible signals, all subject to comparison. A young professional in Lagos with an active social circle can easily spend 50,000 to 150,000 naira monthly on social obligations alone. The pressure to participate is real, but here's what nobody calculates. 100,000 naira a month in social obligations invested instead at 15% returns over 10 years becomes approximately 27 million naira. This is not an argument to stop celebrating people you love. It is an argument to set a real budget for social obligations from your actual financial plan and stick to it without guilt. Your presence is worth more than your performance. Here is one of the most important things to understand. Most of the people you are comparing yourself to are also comparing themselves to someone else. The Lagos social scene is, to a significant degree, a collective performance. Cars on finance, apartments that consume most of the salary, wardrobes on credit. The person you think you are trying to match may be lying awake wondering how to pay for the appearance they maintained last weekend. You are not competing with reality. You are competing with a performance that has no finish line. The only way to win is to stop playing. So how do you escape it? It starts with replacing an external reference point with an internal one. Step 1. Define your own financial picture in writing. What do you want your life to look like at 40, at 50? When you have a clear destination, comparison loses its power because the only question that matters becomes, am I on track? Step 2. Calculate your comparison tax. Go through your last 6 months of spending and identify every purchase driven by comparison rather than genuine need. Add it up. Multiply it by 2 for the year, by 10 for the decade. Most people are genuinely shocked by that number. Step 3. Curate your information environment. Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison spending. Your brain compares you to what it sees, so change what it sees. Step 4. Build a social circle that talks honestly about money. The comparison trap thrives in secrecy. Find even 1 or 2 people you can be financially honest with. People who won't judge you for saying, I can't afford that right now. Step 5. Measure yourself by net worth, not appearance. Net worth is the only number that tells the truth. Everything you own minus everything you owe. It cannot be faked or performed. Nobody can see it on Instagram or judge it at an owambe. Check it every quarter. Let that be your scoreboard. There is a freedom on the other side of this that is hard to describe until you felt it. The freedom of knowing exactly where you stand, not where you appear to stand. The freedom of giving at an event from a budget you've already set without anxiety. The freedom of seeing someone else's trip or car and feeling genuinely happy for them without the pull toward a decision you can't afford. That freedom does not require a higher income or a different life. It requires only the decision to stop measuring your financial life by other people's performances and start measuring it by what you are quietly building for the life you actually want. Stop watching other people's highlight reels. Start writing your own story. The people winning financially in Nigeria are almost never the ones performing the loudest. They are the ones nobody is watching because they are too busy building to perform. If this hit close to home, don't just nod and scroll past. That's the whole trap we just talked about. Drop a comment. What one thing you've spent on lately just to keep up? Subscribe if you want more of this. Real talk about money, no performance, no pretending. See you in the next one.